Hello Libra. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Mershinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with this person. Others of you, you may have been in a situationship. And a small portion of you, you may have been in a connection with this person that you find a lot of energy, but nobody really is speaking up. Oh, interesting. I have shuffled this, but it's interesting that this was in the same place as the one just previously. I was doing another reading. Okay. So for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self, so I do get the answers that I need that way. I don't channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel at the end of this reading to provide you with some clarity, some advice based on what has come up today. You have at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, let me repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are kind of dark. Dark in the sense that it's a lot of heavy energy. It's a lot of sad, thick, heavy, gray feelings. We have here centering followed by anger and rage, power, illness, wellness, beliefs, doubt, cycles, awakening. And then we have embracing the shadow, followed by pleasure under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Libra, the connection that I have with you, it makes me feel very grounded. If I'm the moon, you are the sun. We come and go and we dance in perfect harmony. And I can always rely on you because I know you'll always be there. Do I take advantage of you? Yes, I do, of your good nature. Because I know we feel incomplete without each other sometimes. Right now, I am quite unhappy. In fact, I'm angry. Inside of me, there's this rage that's just building up. It's irritating me. And it's creating doubts in my mind about this connection. You truly don't have any idea how much authority and power you have over me. I feel that in this connection, you make me emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. For this reason, I find it difficult to move on. You are very tempting. Even when you don't even try. Very seductive, yet you don't have to try. And you have this power And when you have this power, I feel weak. When I feel weak, I feel angry because I feel vulnerable. I do feel that there's this sense of me not being able to be who I want to be with you. I want to show you who I really am on the inside, what kind of love I can truly give to you, but there are restrictions, constraints, burdens, things that are holding me down, things that are weighing me down. There are certain things that have been on my mind, certain things that haunt me, that I haven't really expressed to you, that I've told you. And these are the things that weigh me down, below the surface of this water. I want to escape, and I want to go above, where you are, that shining star. I want to see your shining face, but I am unable to do so. I feel as though I'm drowning in a sea of sadness. The sadness that exists, it is quite intense. Very intense. I don't know how to move forward. I don't know what to say. And therefore, I don't really make a move at all. I feel that in this connection I have found these differences that exist between us. You and I were born and brought up in very different ways. We don't see eye to eye. We are simply on different pages. The way you are and the way I am, our opinions, our differences, our beliefs, they make us who we are. But what is upsetting is that we don't really work, and we can't work as a team if we have so many differences. The thought process, the mindset is quite unique. For that reason, I have doubts that in this connection, things might just work. I actually feel that they are not going to work out because of the belief-related issues, our traditions, our thought patterns. This entire situation has me obsessing over what has happened and over what could possibly happen in the future. I wonder and I think over and over again, pondering these thoughts so much, I'm unable to stop. I do feel that in this situation, it is important for me to let go of the things that have happened in the past and to try to move forward with more help. Some type of help that I can get, and maybe even trying to help you. But I've come to this realization that this entire time I've been quite selfish. I never really put myself into your shoes. I never really saw things through your perspective. But now I see it that way. Things are different. You saw a part of me that was very impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. A side of me that you didn't even know that existed. But then you witnessed it. And I see that it wasn't easy to embrace the shadow side of me. The connection that we have right now has become very awkward. There's a sense of uncomfortable feelings. And for this reason, it's harder to even talk about what has happened and where are we headed. I don't find that easy. Overall, I do feel that there is pleasure that can be had in this connection. Spiritual pleasure, as well as physical pleasure. But what I've done and the way I've behaved, and sometimes how I feel that you are dominating, you are the one in charge, you're the one that's always leading. Sometimes I'm just misled. Sometimes I just misinterpret. That's not who I'm supposed to be. And this makes me angry. That sometimes I've been unable to see your perspective, what you believe in, what your true feelings are. By me not showing you this level of respect, I know it makes you want to take a step back. I completely understand. For now, I'm truly just annoyed by the way that I feel, the way that I think, and also annoyed with what has happened. What's happened in this connection? Where were we back then? Where are we now? These things have truly bothered me. For now, I'm still in that mindset. Unhappy with what has happened. Unhappy from what I did. Not being able to move on. Because I feel so awkward. All right, Libra. It appears here that there were differences between the both of you to the point where you were not seeing eye to eye. And what I'm also seeing is that this person, they were very, very stubborn in the beginning. They might even still be stubborn. But they now realize that the way they approached certain things in this relationship, it was the wrong kind of approach. They should not have approached things in that way. That was an issue. All right. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. With that deck, I look into what may have happened in this connection that caused the relationship to go downhill in the first place. So something that was possibly a great relationship, it was going very well, but then all of a sudden somebody may have ghosted you. Your person of interest may have ghosted you. They may have also behaved in a way that was very rude because they're not really calling you or not really texting you as much. There may also be a lack of closure where you feel everything's just lingering and you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do because this person never opened up to you. So this deck I do read in the reverse, and that is why I have a look at these cards to see something that happened that perhaps not you nor them. Maybe you just didn't know. I literally had a card fall down. 4 of Cups. Oh boy, oh boy. This is a culprit right there. Power. These two, just on their own, are very meaningful, strong cards. The fact that they're combined, it's like huge. The meaning here is absolutely massive. We have here the 4 of Cups and we have the Power card. So let's have a look at the 4 of Cups first. The 4 of Cups here, it talks about a sense of dissatisfaction overindulgence and boredom. Taking something for granted. This individual started at some point to take love, talents, and beauty for granted. They needed a more authentic way of life, and they needed to reevaluate the relationship because it started to feel very superficial. What they started to do was accept the situation the way it was and not really looking into why there was this feeling of being so superficial. Though discontent was still present, this is considered a passing phase. This is what the card suggests. However, this person, you may wonder, and it says here, acceptance of the situation. Okay, so remember you had the beliefs card. Now that's a problem. This is kind of like a small little example I give. A couple goes outside and one person says, "Hey honey, look, the sky is green," but it's actually blue. And the person who responds says, yeah, it is green. Okay, let's just go. And let's just go and do whatever it is we're about to do. Go and get some groceries or something. Why did this happen? Because sometimes you just want to accept what's happening because you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to argue. You don't want to explain. So you just accept it the way that it is. The problem is if you keep doing it and keep doing it, and one day you finally get upset and you say, "No, the sky is blue." You always say that it's green. Your person of interest will freak out. They'll be like, wait a minute. You've never said this before. What happened to you all of a sudden? You just changed all of a sudden, right? But the truth is, it was building up over time. Building until poof, like a pressure cooker, just goes right off. So the thing is, sometimes we do just say things for the sake of saying it, just to keep the peace, just not to rock the boat. But the problem is, it depends on what you're saying. Here, there's a situation with this card that talks about how in this connection there was an acceptance of the situation. Remember, you had the beliefs card. That means that there was something here with the mindset. Your person of interest, or vice versa, one of you thought very differently, and one of you accepted it. And then one of you or both of you thought that you were on the same page. You might want to go back and hear that again, what I just said. The problem is now, you are not on the same page. And had more truth and honesty and communication, had it been more in the beginning within this connection, then you wouldn't have gotten to this point. But this is not you necessarily, Libra. This is your person of interest. They could have, and they should have opened up earlier. They should have told you, no, I feel like this. I want this. I want to do that. Whatever it is, there was a lack of communication I'm seeing here. And because of that, they started to just get used to things, and they started to take you for granted. Your love, your talents, your beauty. They started to take you for granted, and then they started taking advantage of you. And they realized that they wanted a more authentic way of life, but they just felt empty. Why? Because they were not being honest. And we have here power. The power card here talks about the ability to use power wisely. Here, this individual has met an authority figure or a teacher who could have helped. However, things kind of changed. They're feeling now oppressed by another's power and authority, and there's a sense of insecurity within themselves. Passive aggressiveness. And we also have here using power to manipulate others for personal gain. So sometimes this could be a person that your person of interest is living with, could be a family member, could be a friend, somebody who they are living with, and the other person has power over your person of interest. This could also represent an organization. For example, sometimes I had clients that are from the military. So one person would be on one side of the country. The person that they're in love with is also in the military, but they're on the other side of the country. So the rules of that particular organization restrict, meaning they have power and authority over them, and they're dictating what they have to do, right? So this can go for an organization. It can be parents. You're living in the same home as your parents and they're restricting you from not seeing such and such person for whatever reason. It could be many things. But the point is, your person of interest is under the power of somebody. And they dare not go against them. Because if they do, there will be consequences. This is why they are unable to break free. Having this card is almost like you are a prisoner. Almost like that. Some of you might recognize this. Maybe your person of interest is in a connection where they just can't let go. And if they do, their life will just be absolutely terrible. So this card also talks about being in a relationship, that there might be a third-party situation. And a person wants to leave their spouse or their partner, but they're unable to do so because of other consequences that may occur. And so they feel that they're always under the rule of another individual. So it's a really strong meaning for this card, and it's hurtful because people need to be free, right? This is what freedom's all about, right? For centuries and centuries, one of the goals of existence has been freedom, right? Freedom is important. And if you feel like you're being subjugated, if you feel like you're just being put down all the time, that will change your personality. It will change who you are. You will be conditioned within that environment to become somebody that you truly were not. You'll lose that essence of who you were. So be careful, cross-watcher. If that's what's going on, be careful. Just bide your time, do what you need to do, and then whoosh, get out. Don't stick around when you're in this type of a situation. If it is an organization, I totally understand. No problem. That's just life. That's just your career. But if it's a person that you're living with and you know that they're just dominating as hell and you can't even be on the phone without them listening to you or telling you stuff. Like I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen my friends, I've seen family, I've seen even you guys go through so many things when you have, for example, your father is going out with another woman, but your mom died years ago, right? And that new woman is completely manipulating your father. And what happens is that woman that's manipulating is the one who's in power now. And you feel subjugated for that. I've had a lot of clients that have had these type of issues. So it's a very difficult situation for this person to exit, but these are the reasons why there was less communication, why sometimes there may have been this lack of closure. It could have been this person just simply ghosted you because they felt that they're under the rule of another person. I know in certain cultures, you can't be dating or being with another person from a different culture, a different background, different religion. And so mostly it's truly just either society that tells you or your parents that you're not hanging out with that person. No, I'm going to disown you. That's the way that goes. All right, a lot coming out here. Interesting. It's so funny how the little page, usually on average, I've seen the page comes out because they're trying to crawl back into your life and they're not really bold. So we have here the 7 of Cups. So this person truly is daydreaming. They know what it is that they have to do. They know what action they need to take. The problem is when they do that, they're not really moving forward and settling all of the other little things that are going on in their life. They have other temptations. They have other chores, other duties, responsibilities. They have many things. You are at the center of it. You're at the heart of it. But they also know that they are overwhelmed and they have to do other things too. Emotionally, they don't know which thing to pick and choose from. This is just other issues in their life. I can definitely see that, especially when you had that Power card. 3 of Cups. For tiny portion of you, it could be a third-party situation where you do have 3 to 4 people involved within this connection. And for another portion, it is simply just that this person wants to celebrate with you, reconcile with you, unite, reunite with you. Either they take you out with a bunch of friends and you all celebrate, or they just want to celebrate with you and that's the end of that. Now, you did have the beliefs. Now you have here a very stubborn, egotistical card, 4 of Pentacles. The reason why somebody is very stubborn is because they are born and brought up in that particular way because of a certain belief. They know it, they feel it, they don't want to change because they can't change, because that has become a part of who they are. If they truly do see the light, if they truly do love you, yes, they can try to see the differences and work towards a better solution. But what I'm seeing here is this person, they do want to hold on tight to what they believe in, but they don't want to let you go. You're going to have a little bit of resistance when it comes to, let's do things my way, okay? There's going to be resistance right there. Whether if you say it or they say it, there's going to be resistance. But it's always a compromise. In this type of a connection, you have to have a compromise. You both let go of a little bit, you adjust, you adapt, and you meet in the middle. We also have here a communication card, which is wonderful. This person is going to reach out to you. Page of Wands. They realize that they miss you. They're missing you and they want to be with you. The message that comes through may be very short and sweet. Just understand that if and when they do reach out to you, the reason why, it's because they're absolutely interested. That's the only reason they're reaching out to you. Otherwise, they wouldn't reach out. Here we also have the Moon card. In this connection, some of you may have experienced lies from this person, betrayal from this person, things hidden behind the scenes, sneaky behavior. These type of things that happen, it does indicate that there has been a lack of trust and a lack of faith. And because of this, things were done in the shadows, in the dark. Things were not exposed. And so a truth needs to be spoken. However, getting to that truth, it's going to take a long time. But eventually, one day down the road, the truth will be spoken. Things will be expressed, but it's going to take time. That card is a very strong card to have. All right, I'm just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. We have here Archangel Answer card, so I'll be looking into any type of messages that Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, any messages that they need to give to you. All right. So we have here, they're telling you to look for a sign. This actually means any red flags. Look for a sign. When you do look for a sign, and this is going to probably not resonate for everybody, but if the majority of this reading is resonating with you, then obviously this is all meant for you. Look for a sign, meaning look for a red flag, any type of warning signs. And when you do, reconsider what it is that you are going to say and do in this relationship. The decision that you are going to make, reconsider it. after you have a look at some of these signs, and the signs don't have to be upcoming. They could be from the past too, guys. Okay? So make sure that you have a look and just reassess the entire situation before you move forward. Here they are saying, in your heart, in your mind, your body, spirit, and your soul, do trust the divine. Because at the end of the day, the celestial beings, the angels, God, they all love you. And they're trying to make things work for you. That'll be in your best interest. They're also saying here, be assertive. So there's going to be a time, opportunity. There's going to be a time when you have the opportunity to connect with this individual. And it's important for you to, at that point in time, be assertive. Let them know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. I know there's a lot of belief-related issues. They may have had a lot of trauma from this power kind of situation. They may have triggers. So just be a little careful. When it comes to dealing with this individual, how are you going to deal with them? Use the opportunity within the next few weeks or months. There is going to be an opportunity to connect with this person, to let them know how you feel. They're also saying here that some of you may have anxiety. You may be worried. They're saying there's no need to worry. Don't worry about it. What's going to happen will happen. Right above there, trust in the divine. No need to worry. Be very assertive. Okay? Also, we have here the overall arching theme. The situation will improve. Yes, excellent, because that is what we need. The situation was pretty rough, this entire reading. Going forward, it does appear that the situation will improve as long as you have a look at those signs and you reconsider any decisions you're going to make. As long as you have that sense of belief. What is belief? It's the energy that you're sending out. When you're sending out that energy turns into, that thought turns into this energy. The energy turns into something that's manifested. Okay? So it's very important to be very careful with your thoughts. What are you thinking? With your actions, your words. Your thoughts are very important. Guys, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situations. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. It always helps me understand more. And also I wanted to mention, I have my other channel for those of you who are new, Asnointia Audio. And on that channel, it is free. It's a YouTube channel. It's free. All of the content on it is absolutely free for you to view. It is related to topics on relationships, spiritual connections, and recently I had put up something that's called negative energies. What and who is negative energy? So it's to teach you a little bit about negative energies, how you deal with these things, how can you avoid them, stuff like that. Also, I have the chakra checkup still available online. That's on my website for me to see remotely how many negative energies you have in your home, around your aura, inside of your body, and I teach you how to get rid of them. And if some of you want the self-help guide, I do have a guide. It's called the Holy Light Package, one of best sellers, and it has really helped people. I'm shocked and amazed all around the world. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank God. I'm so happy that that package works. It's amazing. It's the Holy Light Package plus the Water Wellness Package. Those two combined are very powerful. And in all honesty, it's not just about the negative energies. If you feel that there's some type of poltergeist activity, if you feel like there's a haunting in the home, anybody sending you the evil eye, any type of bad negative energy, even if you feel that you have sometimes sleep paralysis, okay, this stuff, it gets rid of it. So take advantage of it. It's a self-help guide. Even if you want to get the chakra checkup, that also does the same thing. It's the only difference between it is the chakra checkup is very detailed because I tell you the exact amount of negative energy and what types. And the other one, on the other hand, it is very generic, but it still helps. So totally up to you guys which one you want. Do have a look on the website. That is www.asnointia.com. And let's stay positive and get rid of these negative energies. All right. You guys take care. Stay safe. Bye now.